Rest in peace, John. I needed to make this video because he was a friend. And he is a true man of God. I don't care what anybody says. I believe his story, his visions from God, because we have talked. Now, the reason we talked, it was from God. I'll tell you a story. The story goes, I was sitting in a bed one day and I wanted to start a trend because they seem to be so easy to start. So I asked God, could I start a trend? Like when the bracelets with "What Would Jesus Do" came out, I wanted something like that. And so God popped in my brain WWG, and that meant walking with God. And I asked him that evening while I was washing dishes, how will I get this to spread around the world when I don't really have any friends? And I continued to wash my dishes. The next morning, a journalist called me, and he said he wanted to do an interview for Dallas Times about Zion Oil and Gas. He had seen a comment that I was an investor. And at the time, I'd only invested like $10 maybe. I didn't know anything about stocks. The Holy Spirit had led me to learn about it. And one of them happened to be this company, Zion Oil and Gas. And so I prayed about it, and I was in the paper, and before they came to take my picture to put me in the paper, I wore a pin that I made, and it was WWG, and it meant walking with God. The guy asked me, he said, what does the pin mean? And I told him. And he put it, I guess he wrote it down. Well, it ended up in the Dallas Times on the front page. The story wasn't very great. They tried to make me look stupid for investing in this man and his company. But I didn't care, because at the very bottom, WWG, Walking with God, was there. It was mentioned. And it spread around the world that day. And it was all because of this man. So he called me after he seen I was in the newspaper. And we talked about our lives and things like that. And then hung up. And we became friends. We didn't talk after that, but we were friends through messaging and stuff. And then I asked for a special gift. I'm not going to say what the gift is, but I asked God, not Mr. Brown. I asked God. I said, I only want this. And then Mr. Brown